Yes, people. You know what it is tonight. I hope you're all good. You've been so patient in waiting, man. Do you know what I mean? But look what's happening. Look what's on. You know, don't you? I want to give you, I want to give my man a massive welcome, and I want you to all give him a massive welcome. It is as well. Chris, welcome, my man. How's it going, man?
Thank you, brother. Thanks for having me. It's going great.
Anytime, mate. Anytime. How's it going over there? Is it all good?
It's beautiful, man. Just released another collaboration this last Friday.
Oh,
So
go on. I'm well looking
rocking and
forward.
rolling.
Well looking
Yeah,
forward.
it's
Yeah. But
called Higher Frequencies.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. I like the video what you did, but we'll get on to that in a minute if you don't mind. I just want
Yeah.
to know, like, where did you grow up? If you don't, you know, we'll start there. And
Yeah, born and raised out here in the States, in Arizona. So I'm a desert boy. Um, that's really where I've been my whole entire life, the whole 37 years. Um, I, I am a Cali boy at heart, though, right? I love the
yeah,
beach, so I love going out to California and making sure that I get that time with the ocean. It's one of
yeah,
those things that calls me.
yeah, of course. Honestly, right, I said before a while ago, right, before I realized you were from Arizona, right, I said, because you can tell you look like a California guy, and I thought you was from
Right.
California. Do you know what I mean? And I was telling me, I'm like, he's from California. I'm sure he is.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. I just got that Cali heart, you know what I mean? I just like the ocean and the beach and everything. This is just where I've been since I was
Yeah,
born, you know.
yeah.
Eventually, I'll be somewhere coastal. I'll tell you that for sure.
Course, man. You're different than us, though. We've got our coastal places are horribly freezing. We've got the North Sea
I
bouncing
know.
off us, man. Do you know what I mean? It's horrible.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm not gonna even put myself in a bubble of staying in the States. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, more like uh San Cabo and places like that. You know what I mean? The Caribbean, something where I
Yeah,
can wear shorts and a t-shirt all year round and just vibe. You know?
damn right, man. That's what it's all about, vibing. But on that point, it was brilliant timing. That, um, how did you get into music? Do you know before you? Because I listen to your music, right? Honestly, mate, right, and all I can hear is positive vibes bouncing out, right? And I run off positive vibes. Do you know what I mean? So when I hear something like that, I'm like, wow, just what I need, and I love it for that reason. Did them positive vibes come out in you in when you first started music? When did you first start music?
So my journey's a little different, I guess, when it comes to music. So growing up, my dad and my mom always played in the church bands and all that type of stuff, right? And so I was really engulfed in the music part of it. I used to help set up the band and all that type of stuff, but I never really did much with it. I had a couple weird experiences as a kid where I got the negativity side of, hey, maybe you should get a real job. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Things like that that just kind of hit us in those weird ways as a child, um, to where I kind of just shut it down, and I just stopped really pursuing music at all. I've always had the passion for it. I've always had the feeling for it. And really, when I look back on it, music is the one thing that's always been there for me. You know what I mean? I think that's how it is for most of us. So it took a long time for me to actually realize that music was something I could actually do,
mm,
right? It was only a couple years back, and really, it's a testament to my children and how much our children actually teach us, right?
yeah. I
Because
know
my kids are super talented, man, and it's like, what am I doing to set them up for the future in
that.
all of this? And when it comes to what their talents are, it's musically inclined, just like me. And it's like, you know what? What am I so scared of? I'm scared of some judgments of people saying that it won't sound good or whatever.
Yep,
So
yep.
it was a process of overcoming that, right? And once I got to that point of, you know what, I'm just going to push through that fear and kind of see what happens. I had never even tried to write a song before I read, bro.
No
So
way.
it was one of those things where I had my daughter in singing lessons, and her instructor was like, "Hey, I want you to write a song with your dad." And I'm like, "Get out of here," right? So we started messing around with a Christmas tune, right? And at that point, I'm like, you know what? Why am I not trying to speak these lessons and these things I've learned throughout my life? Um, so I kind of shifted and I decided to try to write a song, and it came out pretty damn good. And then I had I had a buddy of
Did
mine.
it? Yeah, did it?
Um, my
It
buddy, he just came off of engineering school when all this was going down. So he
mm,
really helped push me and keep that flow going, and it's kind of just blossomed to where it is today, man.
yeah,
I'll
go
tell
on, man.
you the positivity side of it all really stems from the hell I used to live, if that makes sense, right? To
Mm,
where
mm,
I had a lifetime of like not knowing where I'm supposed to be and not understanding really who I am as a person, right? I feel like society tells us you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to make money a specific way.
yep,
And I couldn't connect with that growing up. So what it
yeah,
did is it just frustrated the piss out of me,
yep. It
right?
does, doesn't it?
To where now I'm just an angry person that can't find his way and results in all kinds of other stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So again, with the kids, my daughter was born and there was something there. I felt that different energy and I realized, you know what? I got to do something and I got to change the way I do things
yeah.
or they're going to repeat the same processes, right? And
It's right.
I don't want my lineage to repeat the same process of what we're known to do. You know what I mean? So I shifted the way I started trying to think about things from a while back. Right? She's 10 now. Right? I got a 10-year-old daughter and an 8-year-old son now. So they teach me all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
But from that point, I started literally trying to figure out a way to create only positivity in my life and trying to figure out what I am really, not what anybody else is trying to tell me to be or how to be, just who the hell am I? And it
Yeah.
slowly progressed into this. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's
Mm,
super cool to be able to do all this and just see it kind of fruition without me doing a whole bunch. Now, mind you, I put a bunch of work in,
I bet, man. I bet. But it's
but
still.
not a
It,
whole bunch.
I heard you say before, but you're just an angry man deep down. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mate, I'm same. I'm same, right? But when do you know when I find a positive vibe, it's like I make videos most days now, most mornings, right? And I call them positive vibes. And it's just a
Yeah.
short video, a 1 minute video, just saying, yes, let's do this, let's get this through. It's a positive vibes and rock us through. Do you know what I mean? And they're stupid, but I've got to do it because then I'll feed off that for a fair while then. And I'll be like, my day will be going all right. And that man, I'll be like, yeah, positive vibes, man, it's all right. But I've learned to live of positive vibes now. I don't have anything, there's negative things all around, but I try and push everything negative away. I can't, my
Yeah.
head can't control it. Like you said before, we've got these things where the society expects us to be this way. And there's certain minds, and we're like, we can't do that. We can't do that.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of it is I've changed kind of how I view things. So that negative stuff, if it's something that's just kind of happening, so something bad day or whatever, I kind of look at it as the fact of anything that I could consider negative could be considered a learning lesson,
Mm,
right? So I try to, it's all about perspective in my mind, right? So
yeah.
things just happen around us. We create the emotion and we create whether it's a good day or a bad day, no matter what's really going
Yeah,
on.
of course.
So like a lot of my internal work is trying to stay centered there and realizing that my emotions don't run things.
Mm,
I can run my emotions in that same aspect and we can balance some stuff out
mm.
and becomes much better for people, you know what I mean?
It's a hard mission knowing it to maintain the positive vibes. But once you get on a track, it's still hard.
It is,
But
man. It's all about trying to find that new thing, honestly, that gives us that feel because we can create a positive vibe one way, but if we keep that going at the same rate and the same exact consistency, it gets redundant. It
mm,
gets kind of boring, you know, to
yeah,
where it's like, well, this ain't worth it no more. It ain't working anymore. So let's just go back to our old good old ways,
My
instead of
exact
actually
words.
trying a different positive vibe.
My exact words, though. It's not working no more. Uh,
Exactly.
it is, isn't it? It is. It's you must suffer with mental health and everything through. Um, I do. I suffer with mental health issues. Through I don't know what it's through. You look at it as you past, man. I was on drugs for a lot of years. So
Hmm.
do you know what I mean? All of these sort of things, and it's I don't know. It's with mental health issues with me. It's like if I see it, it's in my head. I'm gonna either worry about it, think about it, because with anxiety, you can just overthink any situation. Do you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
always got to be careful. So that's why I only listen to, I only watch positive things. Just recently, I've unsubscribed and unfollowed so many things. If I see fighting on screen, unsubscribe. Can't be asked no more. Do you know what I mean? Unless it's UFC or boxing, because they'll
I
be
know,
little.
right? Well, the biggest thing is with like I got this story that I tell my son about two wolves, right? You got the good wolf and the bad wolf, and it's basically which one are you going to feed today, right? Am I going to feed the positive vibes, or am I going to feed the negative shit?
Mm,
And really the whole day stems around that. We can
yeah,
flip flop at any time in the day, and that's the beauty of it. I think the biggest thing is just being in tune with who we are and where we're at in these moments to be able to decipher, which way to go and who to feed. Because sometimes, honestly, the bad wolf has its place, right? If I'm trying to protect something, I need that type of deal, right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
for the most part, I don't have that. It's a
That's
perceived
it.
notion that I have to have that thing on me all the time, and I don't. It's just for a
Mm.
worst case scenario.
Protection, and it's a backup. So
Right.
if anything else goes too far, it's like that's there. But normally, I'm this nice, positive, chilled guy, usually high, but uh,
Whatever works, you know what I mean? Honestly, the marijuana high for me is a meditative state in itself. It
mm.
takes that extra thinking and it kind of pulls it back in to where we have a little bit more play with what we can think about.
So do you smoke when you're creating? Then
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I smoke all the time,
same.
mainly because I mainly because I had back surgery and things. So I do
Yeah,
a lot of it just to make sure that my pain isn't so bad. Um, but the creative side of it is definitely a deal.
mm,
Sitting we're when we're creating music, we're trying to create a vibe, right? And that
like
way
that.
we all can just kind of sit in the room and chill and mesh all these cool things together.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of music's created in that moment, right? It's not really I write 3 lyrics today and 4 lyrics tomorrow and 5 the next day, and then I have a song. It's more so all that song's written in about 2 hours, and then we fine tune it from there.
Just last night, I did a live last night, and another American guy from Missouri. He's called Lee. The Talker's Den 420. He's a cool guy.
Mm.
We were just there talking. Do you know what I mean? Me and this guy. He's just rang me actually, Stephen Beatty. Right, and then music went on. Just some beats, right? And then I'm like started getting a few words out, but he got his guitar out and he's like that and everything, and then just this little like mental health fucking freestyle, man. It was really good. And we did that for about half hour.
Yeah,
And
hell yeah.
that's where creativity comes from, man. And it's just natural within you, most people.
Yeah, well, I kind of see it as creativity is almost like a cloud above us. And there's all these ideas and all this cool stuff that we have. So we got to take the time to focus and feed and pull from this creative muse. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? To where it's like, if I'm not trying to stay creative and stay motivated and feed that wolf, right? I can't be in that cloud anymore. It keeps me down lower and I can't really
yeah.
stay elevated in that concept.
Affects your
So
mood as
really the
well, doesn't
biggest, right, biggest thing is
it?
pulling and pushing from that spot.
Yeah. I'm just looking in chat whilst we're talking, and you've got a few subs already, and they're all loving your vibe. Do you know what I mean? So I like that. I like it when people come on and chat's happy with them. with him on. And I bigged you up loads, bro, over it last year. Do you remember last year, bro, when I sent you a message saying, can I play your original music? And it
Absolutely, man.
just gone from there, mate. I've loved every minute of it. I play it way too much, mate. Way too much.
I appreciate it. I mean, I'm at that phase, right? So I'm a 37-year-old dude that's just now trying to get into the music scene. You know what I mean? And that comes with its own struggles. I have a full-time job. I got kids, I got responsibilities and things. But really, me just pushing and doing that thing, what I'm trying to do, honestly, is spread the message of that positivity and the good vibes as far as it'll go.
Yeah, of
Right.
course.
So anybody that can be that stepping stone, I 100% appreciate, So I was
I'm
super
not.
stoked even when you asked me about the interview, dude, I looked at my wife and said, hey, that one guy, he really wants to interview me. I'm super excited.
I've been
So,
wanting it for ages, mate. Right, but my mental health's been really bad recently, and my confidence of asking people to come on has been really low. So I haven't been doing it. But
mm,
just recently, been feeling good, and I'm like getting people on doing this. Do you know what I mean? Because this for me is a source of like my mental health, like therapy. It's sometimes it's a cause of my
that,
mental health. Don't get me wrong, but
right.
other times it's therapy.
No, absolutely, man, and that's kind of where it's at, right? We lose track of all the things that are good for our souls when we're stuck in the mundane day to day, trying to pay bills and trying to go to work and trying to deal with the sick dog or whatever. You know what I mean? We get
Oh,
so overwhelmed because there's not enough space up here to be able
no,
to have the good and the bad all the time. So when we
yeah,
keep seeing the negative, we run out of room for the positive. That's where these breaks of being like, man, it's too much, and just wait, stop, and try to get centered again to where it's like it ain't all bad. We got to see the positive side of things, and we got to actually gravitate towards those.
I see it a lot of times, me, as pressure, negative vibes
Mm,
deal with so much pressure. What my positive side can't handle sometimes, and I'm there sometimes at work. I'll be there twitching because I can't do it. It's really doing my head in, but I've got to do my work at the same time as see all the negative vibes around you, and it's really
hmm
hard. But at the end of the day, like I say, I listen to your music. I'll come off with a positive vibes video, and it's everyone's got their own way of maintaining it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was your childhood like, if you don't mind me asking? I know it's a personal thing. You can tell it to fuck off if you want.
Oh no, it's all good, man. One of the things about me is I want to be transparent with everything. I don't. There's no. My journey's my journey, and the thing with it is I've learned a lot of lessons through it, right? So, uh, really, when I was a kid, my dad was locked up for a long time, right? So he wasn't really in the picture until I was almost 9, is when he got out of prison. Then it was kind of hit or miss. Honestly, my dad's a whole nother story in the growth of everything,
Mm, mm,
right? Because we were talking about that lineage, right? And
yeah.
that's where I get a lot of the anger and the abusive drug habits from and things like that, right? So I end up going on this new journey, and my dad wasn't really a part of my life. Didn't really show up for things. Said he was going to. Didn't. That type of
Yeah. Yeah.
concept. But I had my first live show as Chris Bowen Vibes a week ago on Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, and my dad came into town. He helped me prepare, and he came to that show. So that was the first time at 37 years old that my dad was able to come and do something that he said he was going to do.
Do you know
Right.
something? People sometimes think, right? It's like I've never had my dad in my life. Right? I've
Mm-hmm.
introduced myself to him, and he says, "I'm not your dad." Right? That's what he says to me. But end of the day, people change throughout life. I believe, man, and people regret what they've actually done, and they realise as they're getting older who they've left out. And it's good that he's come back in your life, no matter what. And now you've got a chance to share your kids with him and
Well,
everything.
I mean, a lot of it, dude. So I had a lot of hatred towards him, right? And I had to heal my own side before I could even have a decent conversation, right? And I'm talking, this is a 10-year span we're talking about of how we've been trying to work on this relationship. But through it, I've helped him recover from alcoholism and drug abuse and things like that, just like I've overcome. So these things that as a kid we think they're they're against us. The whole world's against us, right? I don't have a dad. I don't have this. But honestly, what it was doing, it was laying the groundwork for me to learn the lessons I needed to learn to be right where I'm at now,
Do
right?
you do you excuse me? I've I've had people saying both things, whether I'm right or wrong, right? Both sides, both ways. I educate my son now. He's 16. He's nearly 17.
Mm,
I've been telling him about, because you know what the streets are like. The hash for
yeah,
kids nowadays today are harsh, and there's so many people over here. There's a big thing with knife crime right now, and
right,
it has been for a while. And when my son were 13, I ended up telling him about prison and everything because I'd seen him with a knife, and I told him you can't do that. He goes, yeah, but if I don't have it, someone else will stab me. Right. So I had this big conversation with him saying you can't do this, man, and everything like that. But when you tell the audience and other people, they're like, "Oh, you can't tell a child about them things. You can't tell a child what happens in prison." I'm like, if you're not going to do, who is? Do you know what I mean?
right.
You've got to scare kids nowadays. Do you know what I mean? It's like that scared straight what come out of America, isn't it? You've got to scare kids because most kids now, I don't know if it's the same over in America, they aspire to go to prison. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
oh, everyone I know has gone to prison. I want to go too.
yeah.
And it's like,
It's the cool, tough thing to do, you know. But it's tricky, right? So for me, I feel like what my job is to take my lessons that I've learned up until now and to teach my kids these lessons younger, right? To where they can learn these lessons at 8 and 10 years old or 16, and then they can grow from that lesson sooner and evolve
mm,
our lineage to a better place, right?
yeah,
Because really, I, I I know I get that. You know, I get having a, I got to carry a knife or I'm gonna get stabbed. Any type of concept here, guns are bigger than knives type of concept, but same thing. You know what I mean? And I I got to a different point in my life to where now it's like if I'm literally going out into the world and I'm showing positivity and love and gratitude towards everybody and everything, no matter what their circumstance or situation, pretty sure nobody's going to try to stab me or shoot me. You know what I mean?
that's how I look at it, man. I
So
do.
that it's a perception thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because we
yeah.
can look at it as I'm protecting myself, I'm protecting my family, I'm going to make sure everything's good. Or I can look at it as, well, I don't necessarily need the protection because the love is the protection. You know what I mean? There's a real big difference as if I walk up to somebody smiling or if I walk up to somebody frowning.
Yeah.
That energy is real, and that transfer of things is real. So where we can really get into a deep connection with somebody in an instant on a positive note without even thinking about it.
I'm one of them people. What I'll walk around me. I stop doing it sometimes. I get paranoid that people are thinking what the fuck. But I'm one of them people. Everyone to see. You all right, mate? You all right, mate? How you doing, mate? Good. To see you."
Yeah.
I mean, I'm one of them people. But different. But I've lived a lot of places around England, and I get different things. Sometimes people look at you like, who are you? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes
Right.
it depends whereabouts in country you are. Like in Yorkshire, everyone's like, yeah, you're all right, man, you're all right. Over in Manchester, people are, but there's a bit of office as well. But I love it, man. I love it. I love being travel. I haven't traveled world. I've been a few places around the world, but you've got to get about places, I think, to discover life. And like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? You've been in Arizona all your life, and I'm sure you've moved
Mhm.
around there and back and forth from California. Which, wow, man, what a beautiful state! I want to go. Um,
Yeah,
but
I'm actually I got a music video I'm gonna be doing for a new one coming out called Brand New, and I'm going to San Diego to shoot it at a mansion party over there. It's gonna be sweet, bro.
sweet, man, nice. Well, what I'll do now, whilst we're on about music videos, I'll just get another screen up here. It'll take me a minute, man, because I'm not computer savvy that much, and I'll show you. You know your video, the new video. What you done? Is that on your channel? That the
uh,
video
I
for
have
change our ways in it.
yes, yeah, that should be on my channel.
Yeah. Because I've got a playlist of 3 songs, but I haven't updated it for ages and ages because I hadn't done a note on my channel for a long time. But let me just find it, and I'll be with you in just a minute. Because in the day,
No, you're good, man.
all different kinds of audience come through at different times in it, man. And I like people to see who's singing the music. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, man.
Do you know though? There's actually bare people called Chris Bowen on YouTube.
There are, dude. I noticed that. It's funny.
It's like my name's Ian Hodgson, and every time I've googled my name a couple of times, and all I get is like doctors and scholars. I'm like, bloody hell, I'm far different to them. But all Chris Bowen on everyone I've seen on YouTube called Chris Bowen are all performing artists, they're all musicians, which is pretty cool. Right, just let me do this. I've nearly got it. I've got it up on the screen. It's so hard doing this.
I'm glad you're doing it and not me.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes it makes your video like unprofessional, but I won't deny it. I'm very unprofessional.
Hey, what we are is we're real. You know what I mean?
That's the wrong song. Oh, keep pressing next one. That's why. Hang on. Shut up. That's your fault, that Chris. Right, so I've got to come back on here, share the screen. Yeah, it's Saturday morning over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
at
love
my
it.
day job.
Do you
I
work?
sell pool. Yeah, I sell pools and backyards. I design it all in a cool little program on my computer. Those are the pools that I design and sell up there. That's my day job.
I'll go on, man, out in the sun all day.
Kinda.
It sounds like
I get to choose. It's pretty flexible. It's a nice gig, man.
Nice. I'm a factory worker in a slaughterhouse. It's hard work. But it is what it is.
Yeah. We all got to start from somewhere, you know.
That's it. Innit? Like I said, I was an addict for a lot of years, so I never really did anything. I was in and out of work. Now it's like my life started again. Do you know what I mean? So, but this is Chris's video. Let me put it on solo picture. And big picture on there.
We speak of peace, we speak of change, we speak of unity where everyone's the same. Now I live my life walking with the light, and as I tread this path, walk with all my might. I'm heading down, not to the station, to sing it loud for all the nation. Try to spread a little piece of love and motivation. These days, caught up in the head.
I love how you slow this down a bit, mate.
Can't get why we as people.
Yeah, I really like that, like deeper bassy sound. It's almost got a little like.
Never wanna change our way. Yeah.
My producer is phenomenal, man.
The destruction that they be causing in the process of all of this corruption is causing all of us to rise above the month, singing out as we living on the dust. And now we separate, divided from the head. There ain't no time for anything, just sit and wait. Let's join together in this revolution of the better. Sing it out, prepare for better weather. days I'm caught up in the head. Can't get why we as people don't ever wanna change our way. Yeah, yeah. We will be the voice of love, spreading this message down from above. A positivity, divinity, and change. To bring in hope for better.
I don't know if you can see chat, but everyone in my chat loves weed, mate. We're all talking about what strangers talking.
That's what I was just looking at, bro. I just logged in so I could see the chat on this iPad right here. It's awesome. I love it. Thank you, guys.
These days, I'm caught up in the head.
I'm smoking on some Jenny Kush over here.
Can't get why we as people.
I've got a mix. I got 5 different flavors. I ain't got a clue which is which. So
Never want to change our way.
You got the ultra hybrid.
Yeah, you know this one. Right, let's get back onto the combo. But yeah,
These
honestly, bro, I love
caught up in.
we're back on that. I need to take that off solo screen. Right, honestly, I'm so bad at this. Yeah, but no, I think that's absolutely brilliant. What have we done there? 1 minute, press wrong button.
I appreciate it. That was one that I wanted to make sure the story was told a little bit and really get that feeling of the emotions through it, you know, because I feel like everybody's kind of stuck in a rut, you know. It's time, especially with COVID, man. It's time to change, you know.
I thought it was about it's telling everybody we've got to look at what's around us now and change our ways, man. It's all us what can do it, basically, man. I mean, no one's going to change otherwise. And it's so much positivity in the song yet again, man. And it's all about change, and it's the times what we're living in, but it don't matter because it'll fit any times. Do you know what I mean? Because all times are the same. It's just we're different. That's all. Do you know what I mean?
And that. It's all about the evolution of of the human race, you know, and it's like there's times where the earth calls us to make some change, you know, or universe or whatever. And I think that's one of these times, you know. I think it's a time to where we can actually be the change. We have the ability to change the damn world, right? So I'm going to make sure that I'm doing my part in that. And I'm going to concrete that as much as I can into my kids too. You know, right, they're going to be the true change.
Damn right, man. It is. It's like, do you see your kids saying things? Do you know? It could be anything, but the kids out there, and it's something bad, and you're like, oh, and you've got to talk around it, and that's just the same as putting positive vibes in a person. It's just the same as educating people the right way around things.
Absolutely. The biggest thing for me, especially when I talk to people individually, is trying to speak of the other way of looking at whatever situation or scenario, because there's always multiple situations and scenarios with any given moment, right? Our brain can go through 100 different scenarios in a couple minutes if we give it the time, right? So, and that's kind of the thing, to be able to say, listen, it's not just how you see it right now. It doesn't have to be this ugly thing or this bad thing or this sad thing. It can actually be a stepping stone for a lesson to learn and shoot you into your fucking destiny, you know?
Well, that's why I think the words in that song are deep, man, the deep. Do you know what I mean? Because they do grab you, and you find yourself there thinking, I do need to change this, actually. I do need to change this. It'd be better if I didn't do that. Do you know what I mean? And even if you just instill that in me, mate, you've done it. Do you know what I mean? But I know it's working with others. I get phone calls and messages off people saying, wow, man, that Chris Bowen is brilliant, isn't he, man? Do you know what I mean? All of this lot. They're getting out there, mate. I've got one guy, Mick Johnson. He's a subscriber. I've seen him commenting on your videos as well. He's at work right now. But he's a brilliant guy, and he loves music. He loves music, and he loves the messages in music. And he's a fan. Do you know what I mean?
That's awesome.
You getting it, man? That's what I mean. I was shocked, right? And I've said this to my subscribers. Right? I was shocked when I looked at your YouTube channel and you had like 20, 30 subscribers. I'm like, what? How are people deaf? Your music comes in my playlist, right? I've been listening to Fortunate Youth and Aya Terror. I mean, you'll pop up in between, and it fits so perfectly in a mix. Do you class your music as a kind of reggae?
Absolutely. Yeah, I really, I mean, I've been bred with that type of feel. I really like that type of beat, that feeling, just the off tempo. It's a different type of style, right? But I also have a lot of uh, um, rock history music in my past, you know, and all the other type of things, hip hop, and all of these.
All different
So I
music.
really that transparency that I was talking about more than anything is what I want. So kind of anything that comes through musically, I want it to be me pure, not me trying to mimic nothing. I do think I fall in that category just by default. You know what I mean? But
Oh man, I think you're 100% original, 100%, man. Do you know what I mean? I don't see that. Honestly, all I can think is 100% original. It's raw and it's real, man. I've been using them words quite a bit recently because I'm hearing things that are real and raw, man, and it is
hmm
exactly what it is. And the music community will get into that. Talking about communities, my YouTube community is brilliant. They're brilliant. They are really nice, friendly people. You've got a big Facebook community, haven't you?
hmm
So is that the same? Is it a nice, friendly group of people who just push positive vibes out and things?
yeah, absolutely. That's
So,
what it's all about. I mean, even when so take it as far as just having the Facebook on the phone. You know what I mean? We have the ability to feed the Facebook algorithms negativity that will feed us back or positivity. So again, a few years back, I changed my entire Facebook algorithm. I just stopped liking things or commenting on negativity, and I switched over to following bands and following music and all the positivity that comes with it. And my whole feed now is completely different. I love going on Facebook because I see all the successes of people and what people are doing and how they're trying to change the world versus just talking shit about the world. You know what I mean? Like, talking shit's over with in my eyes. Let's just do something about it now.
do you think YouTube? I've said this question to a few people. Right? Do you think YouTube runs the algorithms run on negative vibes?
Uh, I I think any algorithm runs on the people that are actually pushing the buttons. You know what I mean? So I can't really say it would be YouTube more so than society. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? We're infatuated with shit, with bad stuff. You
mm,
know what I mean? I can
um,
see a story of a miracle and a child doing some great feat that gets 4 likes, and I can see some dude that, you know, ended up fighting a cop that gets a billion fucking likes.
it is.
That's what's wrong with things right now. I don't think it's really the Facebook or the YouTube or the TikTok or Instagram. I think it's the people that are just trying, they're stuck in that getting fed the bullshit and they
So
enjoy it even though they say they don't.
you think then, right? Because I've got this theory in my head, right? That if YouTube wasn't here, if YouTube just stopped, on all, oh, well, sorry, if internet stopped tomorrow, people would go crazy. Most people would go crazy because they can't handle it because they're so used to this constantly. They can't. But most people don't leave the house. They're not in touch with real life. I'm one of them people. Other than work, I don't really go anywhere. I take my dog out, go to work, and that's it. You know what I mean? I
Right.
don't like going out there. It's too negative, man. People are too horrible, and it's easier in here in my little community of peace and positive vibes. Man. And I think a lot of people, especially through lockdown and that, are just getting so stuck in that rut now. And I don't know. It never used to be so bad, did it? Before the internet, people like me and you remember before the internet. Yeah,
Right.
many people now they're not getting that before the internet thing. They won't. It's a totally different time for them. I think internet's a destruction of evil, bro.
Yeah. I mean, really, I think so. The evolution of humans again, right? Yeah.
Go on. I can hear you.
The evolution of humans, um, as a whole, I think we're making it to where we just keep putting stuff in our brain
Yeah.
over and over and over, and we're just overloading it, right? To where I don't have any room for anything else because I mean, even on a shit, we're doing this, and my phone won't stop with the notifications. You know what I mean? So every time I turn around, my brain's trying to think of something else just because I have something in front of me that makes me do that. You
Mm.
know, now I think it's controllable because I do, like, the one thing I love about everything that's going on with computers and the internet is that I get to talk to you right now and I
Yeah.
get to see your face and we
Yep.
get to reach all these people that are commenting. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of it. So it's a tool. So I think the evolution of humans are trying to make tools, but the problem with that is the other side of the evolutionary chain is the negative versus positive vibes that we're talking about. And I
Yeah.
think we're using it for the shit more than for the good.
Yeah.
And again, it goes with the if you overload one side, you're never going to see the other side of it, right? So where for me, it should be balanced. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to hide from the negative stuff, right? Because I need to know what's going on in the
Of
world.
course.
But at the same time, I can't let that take my mood and my vibes and my household energy down. You know, that takes the whole house down. It takes my kids' energies down. It takes everybody's down. I don't
Yeah.
want that. It's not a
That's
fun
it.
place to live.
Yeah.
Part
Yeah.
part of the blessing that I have from being an addict and an alcoholic for so many years and then getting out of that and realizing that um, I
Sorry, I
can
just
do.
realized you just said yes. I'm sorry for drinking both the
Oh
alcoholic.
no, you're good, bro. Like I said, the whole thing with alcohol and me is that I was using it for an escape, right? I was using it to run away from everything. It runs hand in hand with drugs, right?
Yeah.
It's still a drug. It's the same thing.
It's
And
worse than
honestly,
worse. It's worse than drugs.
yeah, and even on the marijuana stance, if we're using it just to escape, it's never gonna fix our problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the kicker in it all. So when I use marijuana, it's not to escape, it's to enhance or medical purposes, right?
Bit
And
of
that's all
both.
in my brain, bro. Right?
Mm.
So it took me 10 years to figure that out and a lot of work because of all the pre-programming, quote
Yeah.
unquote, that I've had growing up. You know, so now no big deal. I don't want to drink, I don't drink. You know, it is what it is.
How long did
Smoke weed. Go ahead.
How long has it been since you last had a drink?
10 years.
Go on, man. Well
Yeah,
done.
bro.
Brilliant. You know, I've been clean off all class A drugs for 6
Hmm.
years now, and
Nice.
because I smoke weed and I have a drink, right?
Hmm.
People, because a lot of people who get a clean thing, you've got to be totally abstinent. You can't touch any other drug or anything else. And I'm like, if I did that, my head goes west, mate.
It would go too crazy. So
Yeah,
it's and that's the thing. When you have it in balance, if you have any of it in balance, it's a beautiful place to be. Like that's really where I think heaven lies in all of
Mm.
this. And that's where I think we can live hell on earth and I think we can live heaven on earth in the same fact,
yeah.
right? I mean, if my vibe's all good, I'm feeling like I'm in heaven walking down the street. You know what I mean? If it's
I'm
not,
agreeing.
if
I'm
I'm
agreeing.
stuck in a rut,
I'm not a
go
religious
ahead.
person. I'm agreeing with you. Like, yeah, just to be nice, but please know I'm not a religious person. I'm really, really like alien to God, we are. But we won't go there. We won't go there.
Well, it's all about the perception of it, right? So for me, I don't believe in God as a guy with a beard and in the sky type of concept. He's not a father figure. I think God is the universe. I think we're all interconnected with this energy force, right? And that's where I think God lies.
Yeah,
Because as soon as I start thinking about things more so with my heart and with what I think I actually am as a human or my reason and my soul, it tends to connect and flow through better with other people. And I think that's where it all kind of lies because I feel that connection with a tree. I feel it with the ocean. You know what I mean? So all of this, I kind of view it all as God, you know what I mean? And just our whole essence and presence. and
I
that
get
energy underlying.
I get that. Yeah, I do. I like people's different analogy on it and different hope, different faiths in it and everything, man. It's like a lot of people say to me that it's just hope and faith. Do you know what I mean? We don't
Mhm.
actually know that it's not a real person. We know the stories aren't real, but we have hope and faith, and that's what we believe in. And honestly, I struggle to get my head around it. But sometimes I think I do kind of get it. But aliens made this planet. Aliens are our gods, so that's simple.
Yeah,
But
and that
yeah,
works too. It's still all about that energy. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And that's really the bottom line. I don't know because I've never seen it. None of us have, so I can't discredit anybody for
it's
how they view it.
what we kind of have in our minds to get us through, sort of thing, and that's
Mhm.
what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what makes us all unique and different. We get these different things that happen in our lives to mold us into different things that we have to kind of adjust and figure out. Uh, that's the hard part, but it's also the beauty in life. I think the journey of life is really for us to find our true selves, not
Mm.
not what makes us money, not what our friends think's cool,
Yeah,
what we actually have passion and drive for in those different things.
you got on that a bit before as well, man. And my thought on it when you said it before, and now is oh mate, you're gonna hate me for this. Do you know when your mind goes totally blank and you got something in your mind, you hate it's like really good, and it goes shit. What would we do? Right. I'll put that down. But yeah, that was a good comment that I was going to come up with, anyways. But on to the next one. Honestly, it really was good. I can't even remember what the fuck it was now. But never mind, I won't go on to that. I do need to because that was part of the conversation. But anyway, that beard, mate, and them dreads are awesome, man.
I
Honestly,
appreciate it, brother.
no, straight up, mate. I seen you on Facebook, a Facebook picture, and I thought, what was it? It's your profile pic on Facebook now, isn't it?
Yeah.
That rocks, man. That rocks. I had to look. I'm like, is that Chris? Fucking hell, isn't it?
Yeah, it just keeps growing, man. Just keeps growing.
Trying to do the same with mine, man. Do you use oil or just do it?
I do. I use oils and all that type of stuff. It
Yeah.
gets really frizzy, so to just suck up to my face.
This
So I
that one,
gotta-
it gets all scraggly. I do.
Yeah.
I've got oil and that. I've got this fuzzy duck oil. This one here, actually. Fuzzy duck. I've got oil, balm, and everything.
Oh,
like this.
nice.
It's nice. Do you know what I mean? It is nice, but I don't use it half as much as I should do. It's right.
That's the
drying.
hard part.
That's it, man, maintaining it and looking after it. But I do try. That's all I can do. And I can't live without my beard.
Me either.
Yeah.
I cut my beard off like 4 years ago, and I was 100% depressed, bro. Like straight up. My wife was like, "You're never doing that again. You're not allowed to cut your beard off."
Yourself there, Bob, right? With a totally bare face, but you find yourself there like that. Oh shit, it's not bare.
Where did it go?
Like you put a blanket in it, man. It's brilliant. I love it.
I'm
People
used to having a 10-inch chin, bro.
I like how yours shapes down, though, man. I'm trying to get that. I call it the Uncle Albert look. You might not know it, but Only Fools and Horses of Uncle Albert of Only Fools and Horses. It's a big beard what comes out here. I'm trying to get that, but his is grey. Mine's not.
Hell yeah. It'll get there. It'll get there. Everything
Well-
great takes time.
We've all got our aims with beards, isn't it? A bit of a sporadic question. What's your favourite movie?
My favorite movie.
My favourite,
I'm at-
favourite thing to watch right now.
My favorite thing to watch right now. Honestly, I really like the Marvel flicks more than anything. Me and my son are huge fans of the superheroes, and they got the underlying statements of the energy flows and things. You know what I mean? So that,
Exactly.
and then all that new Star Wars stuff they got coming out with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Go on. I used to like all the sci-fi. I do like sci-fi stuff. I really do. since I had a girlfriend, I've been out in a relationship for the last 6 years, and she didn't like sci-fi, so
Right.
I was for ages, mate. But I got so bored when I'd watched Star Wars and all this growing up loads, right, and I enjoyed it, right, and then my son was born, and I used to watch it with him, and then used to want to watch it every morning. Yeah, I'm like, right, all right,
Yeah.
do it. Oh. And now it's just like too many times, man, too many times.
Right. That's crazy.
There's so many of them now as well, isn't there? The same with Marvels, they're all interconnecting with DC now, aren't there? There's so many of them coming out.
Yeah, I really wasn't into any type of stuff like that until my son really got into it. And then, you know what, I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot. You know, I was more so a sports nut growing up. I played football my whole life and things like that. So it was, you know, more of that concept before anything else. But I mean, now we're engulfed in it. So we watch all the shows and all that type of stuff connected. It's fun, man. I really like my household. We don't watch a whole bunch of TV during the day, right? It's one of those things. I like background music. It's a vibe, right? I want to set a good vibe in my house, and I know that not a lot of good comes out of that TV that we got on.
You're right, man. What do you do? Just leave a running beat on background. You used to have music on it background.
I got music coming out of it, right? Like you're talking about just the reggae mixes, or a real big influence of mine is Trevor Hall, right? He does a lot of more spiritual singing and things, just real super acoustic stuff. But it's a real a mellow energy lifter, you know what I mean? Just being on quiet, but it kind of forces us to interact. You know what I mean? I got to play with my kids because the TV ain't on, you know, and all these little things that just kind of progressed because I didn't like the TV so much anymore. But when we watch it, it's all as a family, right? So we're always watching those kids that are or those flicks that are geared towards them.
Yeah,
you know, I can't do the cartoons no more, but
it's a good way to do it, but it's a good way to do it, man. I tried limiting mine when we were younger. I didn't live with my kids for a lot of years, man. Do you know what I mean? Because we split up and that. But it's hard to limit kids from TV now, and from computers. It's so hard. And I feel for so many parents, man. Do you know what I mean? Because it's so hard. It takes over everyone's life. I remember trying to take my daughter's phone off her when she was like 14. Right, because she was getting grounded, right? She done something she wasn't meant to do, getting grounded. I went like that. She nearly beat me up, mate. She nearly beat me up, man. You're not taking that off me. No, that's mine. No.
Seriously.
I mean, it's a full-on addiction for kids nowadays. It's fun.
And honestly, that's what I'm talking about as far as teaching them, right? So my kids are 8 and 10, and I'm already trying to explain. And now I don't know how much they're going to actually get, right? But I'm still trying to explain to them, hey, there's balance in this. If you watch this too long, if you stay sucked into this thing, your whole energy and your whole aura goes down. You just get slothy. You don't really want to do much. You get an attitude with me. We're not doing that. So we got to make sure we balance it. And I'm trying to make them see that they have a choice in that, you know, instead of me just saying you're not allowed to do that anymore. And we'll see, you know, this whole parenting thing is just everybody trying to figure it out as we go.
Yeah,
you know, our parents didn't know what the fuck they were doing. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're along for the ride, man.
Of course, man. The government tries to tell us that they know what we're doing, but they're totally folks. There you go.
Right.
I know it's the same over there, mate. I know it's the same over there, man. You had fucking Donald Trump. Wow, we got Boris Johnson. I know that's bad, but wow. It's messed up. Politics now is crazy. I don't like talking about negative things, right? But I will jump onto it because my viewers were asking me about it last night. What do you think about the Russia-Ukraine going on?
I don't know a whole bunch of the details, right? For me, as in general, I think there's a way for humans to communicate what they're doing and find a balance or a happy medium between anything. But there has to be compromise on both sides. And I think war and all of this concept that goes behind it is just somebody not wanting to adjust what they want in order to make both parties happy. You know what I mean?
A lot of it's about money as well, man. We make more money off war than we do on peace, which is
And
sad. It's sad. But
yeah, I mean, that for me, I think money is a joke. Like it, for real, as humans, as the evolutionary chain goes, we have completely changed how money is now, right? So where it's
it says on the note, sorry for interrupting, but it says on the note, doesn't it? I promise to pay the bearer. It's not actual money. Yeah, that's a promise. But that money will go back, that piece of paper will go back to someone who's got the money.
right.
What that means. But go on, carry on.
We basically made it into a god. Everything we do revolves around trying to make money, trying to spend money, trying to have enough money, and all this type of stuff. Where in my mind, that takes away from whatever energies we're looking for, whatever gods we're looking for, all that stuff. It takes the room of that.
It's
right?
a divide
And
from realism. It's a divide from realism, isn't it? From people being real, divide, because once there's money there and it's a commodity, everybody wants it. So you've got to come away from what's real to you to try and survive, because these people tell you, like, you need to pay for this, you need to pay for that. Basically, innit?
Yeah, everybody's just trying to. Everybody's trying to run for something that ain't even really real. You know what I mean? I mean, think about it. The housing industry, the car industry, it's all loans. You know what I mean? It's all fake money anyway.
It's all over
So
1%, man. What you can in this country, we said that 1%, right, of the planet, right, owns like fucking like 3/4 of the money on the planet, and then 1% you can get on a bus. You can fit that 1% on a bus. So it actually goes to show that we're no. I believe it's like we're talking to someone yesterday on here, and it's like we're just numbers in the world today. It's like over here we have national insurance numbers. You have your security numbers, don't you? That's all we are. Prison numbers, whatever. We're just a number. And
well, that's what they make us think, right? And that's what I'm trying to get across in this message, is that we're not just a number. You know what I mean? We all have a voice, and we all can change.
It's the government who makes us think that way. Government, man, who wants our money for taxes, for wars, what we don't want. And yeah, I mean, I listen to Tupac words, man. Yeah, I mean, you can fund a war, but you can't feed the poor. Yeah, I mean, like, it's what the planet lives on nowadays. It's all that war, and drama. But that's why we need people like me, you, and so many more positive people pushing it out, because the world's getting, like you said before, it's the scales on negative and fucking positive. Do you know what I mean? It's down here. This is negative. It's winning, and yeah, I mean, there's people like us can change it, but
time for the change, man.
It's change our ways. Change our ways.
Yeah, then we can change the world. You know what I mean? It all starts with us thinking about things different, and then next thing leads to the next, and you're on some cool journey that you didn't even expect that you could have this type of impact.
Yep.
Like it's a trip, dude. The anxieties and fears and all that, it's all fake too. You know what I mean? We can make it. We can train ourselves to overcome all of this. It takes time for sure, and there's definite healing that has to come from a lifetime of bullshit. You know, but I mean, that's what I'm speaking about. You know, now's that chance, now's that opportunity for us to come together as the different side of things and say, this ain't right. We need to change it for the world. We need to change it for everybody coming up after us. Because just because we're gone don't mean this place is gone. You know what I mean?
Our kids got grandkids, and that's who we need it protecting from, man. We don't need this civilization in 100 years' time, because then what's that going to be like?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't like to be in it.
Nah, man. And if I love my kids, why would I leave a world to them like that? You know, if I'm trying to set them up for success, why would I do that? You know, I need to be the opposite of what's going on and stop worrying about me and worrying about what everything's going on so we can fix it for everybody.
I just had a thought. I remembered some other day that I was listening to Change Our Ways, right? And it got in my head, right, about what we'll leave behind. Yeah. And I'm thinking, well, I have really got, I did my whole depression online. Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of bad videos. I need to go through and take them all off because in the day, if after I'm gone, my kids see that, that's what they're going to think. So if I,
Right.
do you know what I mean? It's everything they see, because this is going to be all the way, but be able to see me when I'm gone. Is YouTube in it, yeah. And
Right.
if they see me saying things what are wrong, I want them to say, my dad's saying something right then. Right, I'm going to follow that. Positive vibes, yes, I'm going to do that. That's what my dad did. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I'd want.
Absolutely.
So it's what we've got to put out there for our kids to grow on as well and show them that there's change out there, because there's no lesson in life in schools and everything to change the world in a positive way. It's all
Right.
just to fit in the way it is now. Do you know what I mean?
It's training. It's training to be in the society that we've built,
Yeah.
but that ain't working, right?
It's not in it. It's just corrupt, destructive, everything bad with it.
Right.
So what's your plans
Yeah,
for the day?
bro.
What's your plans for the day?
I actually got to start getting back to work here.
You know,
Yeah, I'll be working. It's only like 11:30 here now. So I'm just getting my day started, try to sell some pools, and then get off work, go hang out with the kids, and try to write more music. I actually
damn.
came up with a start to a song last night, so we'll see where that goes.
Oh, go on. Do me a favour, do you know when you get your new music and you've released it, will you send me links to it so I can add it to my playlist?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I know
Absolutely. I'll shoot you over the couple that I got out almost ready to go to so you can have a sneak peek, bro.
oh buzzing man, that's legendary. Yes, you know this. It's brilliant, man. Honestly, I say it a lot. People often think excuse me. I'll sit on my live listening to your songs, right, and I'll stop talking to beats and I'll just sing along through it. Do you know what I mean? And then
Nice.
these are fucking, we get bored of it because I do it too much. Do you know when I'm pissed and that? I'll come off here, right, and I'll go live in a bit, right? And I'll be singing it, but like I'll end up with two people watching me, but I can't be asked for that no more. You're bad singing. You ruining your song, bro. You're ruining it.
That's
But
awesome, man.
I know you need to get off, mate. I know you do. But honestly, it's been brilliant having you on. And I really want to thank you for coming on and accepting my request for it.
Absolutely, bro. I appreciate you a whole bunch, man. And everybody that commented and stuff, I appreciate you all. This is what it's about. Just getting that new connection, the new people, and spreading this thing as much as we can. We want to spread this as fast as a wildfire can, you know?
Yeah, you know this, man. You're such a positive guy, man. You're such an uplifted guy. And you're definitely someone who people need to feed off, mate. So you need to get yourself out there so much more, man. And
We're working on it.
always, you know what I mean? And yeah, you're welcome on here anytime you want, man. Just hit me up and let me know.
Absolutely, brother. I appreciate you a whole bunch, man.
Take it easy, man. Have a fucking banging day, what? Yeah, and much love to your family too.
Much love to you guys too. All right, brother.
Good one. Peace out, man. Guys and gals, man. I don't know about you, man, but I really enjoyed that. That was a really good conversation. I don't know if we got everything out that we actually needed to, but conversations just lead on to other things. Like you said, we're going to get sneak peeks of things before we actually go out, man. That's going to be a good one. More for us to listen to it. I'm going to say me, Ben. You know, Scott. But like I just said then, I probably will be going live. Just give me a little time. I've got to sort him out and this out and that out and that. So maybe an hour or two. But we'll see what goes on into it. Thank each and every one of you for watching. And straight up, show some love, right, to Chris Bowen, man, because that guy is absolutely brilliant. And you know this. He's linked to his YouTube channel in there. I'll put a link to his Instagram and his Facebook. I'll do that either in a bit or tomorrow. But hit them links up and show him some love. You know the score. That is the way we do it. Peace, love, positive vibes, everyone. And you know the score. Peace out. See you all in a bit. Yes.